This is the second video I promised to send still. If you look at the diagram that you have here, it looks like a butterfly. Huh? I want you to also know that everything on earth is following a particular dimension. So anything that you are taught in school is applied to the things that you see around you, or sometimes you get some of the idea from the things that are around to impute it for using. Now, I promise to show you why sine is positive, cosine is positive, and tan is positive in the first quadrant. If you see that I drew this diagram here, making an angle theta, this is a right angle triangle, whereby you are still following the axis. Don't you remember we said there is what? Y-axis positive, x-axis positive, x-axis negative, y-axis negative. So you pick your point, still using the concept of SOHCAHTOA. If you check, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite of this theta value is y over the hypotenuse, which still gives us a positive value. Still on the positive side. Cos theta, same thing. X on the positive axis over 1 equals to positive. Tan theta is what? Y over x, which is still on the positive axis. So let's quickly move to the second quadrant. Looking at the second quadrant, we still move. Don't forget to say that by the time you are moving from this point to this point, this angle here will be giving you 180 minus theta. So we will be marking the angle. That's the angle we are marking. That's why we have sine 180 minus theta, which is what? Opposite. Y is positive along this axis over 1. So you see that sine theta, sine of 180 minus theta is still positive. But interestingly, check the cosine of angles, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. Look at the adjacent side of 180 minus theta, which is a negative value. That is negative over 1, which ends up giving us negative. That is the reason why you have a negative value there. So when you look at tan theta, tan 180 minus theta, which is what? Same understanding. We have what? Opposite all over hypotenuse, which is minus y all over what? All over x. Third quadrant, the same idea. You see, you pick your angle from the what? From the point, theta minus 180 degrees. You do the same thing, sine theta minus 180 minus y over. You will see that the only one that is positive is what? Tan theta minus 180, which is obviously the tan theta that is positive in that what? Axis. You go to the cosine angle, 360 minus theta. This angle, we are already reaching 360. So sine 360 minus theta is minus y over 1, which shows that our sine is negative. In this case, a cos will always be what? Positive. Because why is it positive? Minus y over minus x. Now, minus plus y, sorry, over 1, giving you positive. The other one is what? Giving you negative. So now, how do you now apply this thing? How do you now do it? Sine 300 is what? Falls in fourth quadrant. And when sine falls in fourth quadrant, says that sine is negative. And in the fourth quadrant, 360 minus 300 equals to minus sine 60 equals to minus 0.886. You go to cos 120. 20 falls in the second quadrant. Cosine is negative. So 180 minus 120 is minus cos 60 is minus 0.5000. Tan 135 because it also falls in second quadrant. Tan is negative in that place. And so on and so forth. Cos 150, same thing, falls in the same quadrant and forth. But try this and see what you are going to get. Find the quadrant, tan 350, cos 220, sine 250, and sine 400. See you another time.